Guys, welcome back to Let's Talk Ninjago. Today we are ranking all 24 2026 Ninjago sets, starting with 24 going down to number 1. Now my criteria for my ranking was three things. Like the actual set, how good of a set it is, figures, build, displayability, playability. And then the second one was price. So is it overpriced? Is it a good value? What are you getting for the price? And then sort of a third one, I just did like accuracy to the show or how well it looks compared to the show. That's not for all the cases, but that does counter in a little bit. So, also there might be minor, very, very minor spoilers for part 2 of Dragons Rising Season 4. I'll try to keep it to a minimum, but I might accidentally have a little bit with the second wave of sets that came out this year. So just a little warning before we get into it. So yeah, let's get into it. At number 24, I don't think this should be a shock. I have Jay's Dragon Mech Fight. I mean, it's a 4+ set. I don't really know where else you could put it. The mechs to me look really bad. I don't like the simplistic one-piece sort of dinosaur legs that they have, especially on Jay, as you can see. The figures are like 50-50. The mutation monster's cool to get, but he's in so many sets that he shouldn't be enough of a draw for you to get this. And then Jay is incomplete like the smaller mech sets, but the difference here is the mechs are way worse and it's only 2 figures and it's more expensive. So that's my problem with 4+ in general. I just think, why would you not just buy one of the smaller mechs instead? Like, they're not that hard to build. If I was 4, when I was 4, no, I didn't start. I think I started Lego then, but I could probably do like a 7-up set. Like, I don't know. These sets are terrible. Continuing with this, obviously at 23 we've got Zane's Ice Dragon Battle. The reason I put it above was because somehow it's got exclusive figs and you get more figs. And this set's ridiculously overpriced. I'm pretty sure it's like $60. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I guess you could get it for the acid monsters with the leg printing, which is really annoying that they're exclusive to this set, because if you're a completionist, you kind of need them, but this set sucks, so bit of a annoyance there. I mean, again, incomplete Draconis form. Sora, even worse than usual. She doesn't even have the shoulder piece or the mask. And then the acid monster kind of cool. The dragon looks horrible and the snake looks horrible. Yeah, pretty bad set. Then at 22, I have the X1 Ninja Charger 15th anniversary. This isn't as much as, like, I genuinely think these sets are bad. This isn't a terrible set, but there's a lot of things going into why it's so low. First off, it's ridiculously overpriced. It's like $100. And, like, this is not $100. It's 600, about 700 pieces. The figures are alright. Cryptor is a little bit cooler now. If you know, you know. A little bit cooler now, but still, that felt really forced. So it's less cool to get Crypto and more like, oh, not Crypto, sorry. Cryptor. It's cool to get Cryptor, but it still feels really forced in, like, why he's there, if you know what I mean. But, so that's not a draw. Kai doesn't have shoulder pads, and the Master of Smoke is kind of cool. Or Master of Earth, sorry. No, Master of Smoke. Master of Smoke is kind of cool, but not enough of a draw to get this set. It is in the season, in part 2, but still, there's just nothing that makes me want to get this set, even when I watch the season. Usually there'll be like a set or two where I watch the season and go, yeah, I need to get that set. Like, for example, what happened? There was one, the Temple Bounty last year. I was thinking about getting it, and then the season leaked. The final 2 episodes leaked, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll get the Temple Bounty. Whereas this, I still don't want it. So I think that's the indicator of how just not good enough it is for the price and for being a legacy set. Yeah, at 21, we've got the Ninja Vehicle Treehouse Battle. What a mismatch of words. This set I was really looking forward to this when it was the title, because we've never got a Ninja Treehouse, and obviously, like, the Dream set from 2023 was really good, the big Treehouse. And 600 pieces, you can do a lot with it. Then they dedicate half the pieces to another Kai bike and another Zane. Well, not as many helicopters, but another Zane helicopter. We literally have another Kai bike coming up in this ranking. Like, why do we keep getting Kai bikes? This would have been way cooler if it was. I reckon the Kai bike and the Zane helicopter together are like 200 pieces. If you took that apart, imagine 200 extra pieces on this. It could have been way bigger or way thicker, like maybe bigger interior. Then they just wasted it on two vehicles that no one wants. Like, it's so annoying. The figures are alright. Zane and Kai are in cheaper sets or better sets. The Loyalist is kind of cool, but you can get him in other sets. Euphrasia is exclusive, pretty good fig. Draconis J completed is exclusive, and then Acid Monsters in a bunch of sets. Figure selection solid. But yeah, this set just really let me down. I do have it, which is why I feel like I can make a more educated, get sort of evaluation of the set. And yeah, it really let me down. Then at 20 we have the Land Bounty. I don't have this, but I just don't want it. That's the reason why it's here. The main reason why this is here is because of the show and the figure selection. We'll start with the figure selection. It's bad. This is one of the worst Ninjago figure selections I've ever seen. Draconis Lloyd is cool, but I'm assuming most people have the Dragon of Life because that'll be later on. That's a great set. You get so many good figs. So many figs you need for a collection. Great set. Nia, incomplete, no armor. I get the Land Bounty can't fit them with the armor, but that's a problem in itself. The Land Bounty should be bigger then. Jay and Zane, no armor. Why? Come on. The Lava Monster, or the Fire Monster is exclusive. That actually makes me like the set less, because now I gotta, if you really want to, you have to either bricklink it for probably like $30, or buy this ridiculously, well no, it's not that overpriced, but buy this set that's just such a letdown. And then the Acid Monster, who cares? It's been in a bunch of sets. I was really looking forward to this set, because I loved the 2019 Land Bounty. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, but I've always been a huge fan of that set. Always wanted to buy it later on, but I haven't been able to. So I was like, oh, new Land Bounty, I can just get this instead. Then we see it, and it's so small and just doesn't look as nice as the original. The original looked so sleek, and you could tell it was a 2-in-1, but you couldn't. Also, that didn't make much sense. But it was so well designed that they could work as a 2-in-1 and together. They looked good both. These do not look good separately. The top bit looks alright, but this buggy and this bike look horrible. The original one did such a good job of looking good apart and together, whereas this doesn't look good in either, in my opinion. So this set was probably the biggest letdown of the year for me, which is why it ranks so low. And yeah, I would not recommend this set to anyone. I mean, if you really liked it in the show, even then, in the show, it's so much bigger, and you can fit all the figs. I feel like if you liked it in the show and you bought this, you'd be disappointed. So, I can't recommend this set in good faith. That's why it's so low. Then at 19, we have Cole's car. I know what you're going to say. How are you putting a 39-piece set over the Land Bounty, over the Treehouse, over the X1 Ninja Charger? Because it's $7, and it does the job perfect. I don't know what else you want from it. This does not do the job perfect. This does not do the job. This does not do the job. Especially the Treehouse. Cole's car, it's a little poly bag, and it does exactly what you want. You get a Cole figure who is complete. Big deal. Even this set couldn't get complete figures, but the $7 poly bag could. Complete Cole has the armor piece, which they easily could have forgotten. And they did on the original set, which this is a remake of. They didn't put the armor piece in. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say, but it's just, if you're a Ninjago fan, you should have this set. That's why I think it's above, because I cannot recommend these sets. Whereas this set, yeah, I can recommend it. $7. You get Legacy Cole. Why the hell wouldn't you get it? Yeah, that's why it's here. Then at 18, we have Kai and Cole's Combining Vehicles. I do have this set, and I do kind of like it. But this is the problem with the second wave this year. Figure selection is just not good enough. Kai and Cole are repeats. Cole is in the, what's it called? Cole's Mission Mech set, which is a better set. So you probably already have that if you're a fan. And then Kai, this is probably the best way to get that Kai, but that's not enough of a draw. And then the Ice Monster is a very good fig. I'm not going to discredit that. That's a good fig. I just don't really like the combiner thing on this. I don't think they look good. It actually, if you have this set, you know this. They don't combine perfectly because the back of Kai's thing has those slope pieces where if you put them on, it actually doesn't work well with Cole's armor piece because it's so big, they don't connect well. So that's actually a flaw with the set that I forgot to mention in my review, I think. But yeah, so it does actually have a problem, and it just doesn't look that good. Like, they look alright by themselves, but then together, like, Kai's one is too big, and Cole's one is too small for them to work well together. So when you mix them together, it just makes one part look really big and one part look really small, especially with the Kai one. Like, you can't even see the back here. So, and that's why I have this set at 18. I just don't think it's an essential buy. So yeah, that set's at 18. It is pretty worth the value though. So if you want it, I wouldn't not recommend it. Then at 17, and we'll do 16 together. I've got the two spinners. The reason I put the Nia one below is because Nia comes complete in the Zilva set, which we'll get to. So there's already like a better set to get her in. Even if you have this set, I would still recommend both of these. Starting with the Nia, like, you still get the full Nia fig, you get a mutation monster, it's like $10. It's just a good set to get. I don't know why you pass up. But the Lloyd I do want to talk about. This Lloyd is exclusive, so you kind of need to get it. And, like, it's a good set. The mutation monster is technically exclusive because it's got the cork head. But I just don't know why you would pass up on this. It's rare you get... What I really like about these spinners is it's rare in a spinner set that you get a cannon figure that's complete. Usually you'd get them and they're missing an armor piece, or they've got a weird golden hood or something. But this, it's just the full normal Draconis fig, so I don't know why you wouldn't get it. I'm a big fan of these sets. Got them day one. Like, they're cheap. Like, it's not gonna blow your mind getting these sets. But for what they are, two figs, one complete ninja fig, which you don't get in a $150 set. You don't get in this set. Like, you get the complete figures, so yeah, no complaints there. Then at 15, I have Kai's Dragon Mech Battle Pack. I really like these Ninjago Dragons Rising Battle Packs we've been doing for the past couple years. Started with the J one. I still think the J one is probably the best one with the Master Lloyd fig. That's still probably the best one. Then we got the Zane one last year, which wasn't the best, but you did get Drix, which was pretty cool, and a very cheap way to get him. Then we got, did we get one the second half? No, we got the bikes. This is a good one though. Obviously, still no completed Draconis Kai. Sora is like a mismatch of parts. I don't like this Sora fig because the Spectral one by itself is a really good fig, but they kind of ruined it with the no actual armor piece. But I mean, you get a Earth Monster, get a kind of complete Kai. The mech is in the... No, it's not. The mech is kind of cool though. Like, you should just get it. It's kind of cool. Now, I put the Lloyd Dragon Mech Battle Pack above it. Slight spoilers for part 2. This is in the show, which might be why it's above. It actually looks pretty cool in the show. But I also put this above because you get a complete J, which they didn't do in the Land Bounty. Another reason to not like it. Oh god, I keep spoiling. Yeah, so you get the complete J with the claws, which is actually a really nice addition because the claws don't come in many sets. So to get them in such a cheap set, I mean, if you really wanted to get a bunch of claws, you could just buy a couple of these sets. Probably not, but still. I mean, that wouldn't be the biggest issue because you can get a Loyalist army as well, and I really like the Loyalist figs. So, for the price of this set, it's a must-buy, I think. Even the Lloyd, I know it's not complete, but it's still kind of cool to get. So, this set with these two figures, that's why I had to put it above. The J clears the Sora, like, J's way better, and the Loyalist and the Earth Monster are about the same. Then at 13, I have Dre's Transforming Car. I like this set. It hasn't aged as well as some of the others because, like, you can get these figs. You can get the Kai in the Zilva set, which is a much better buy. The J and the Nia. Nia you can get completed in the spinner. J now you can get in the mech. But I do still like the build, and I think it's a really solid figure selection still. getting the Loyalist leader in a sort of cheap set, getting Earth Monster. And I just like the build. I think it's kind of a unique build. We haven't got many J vehicles because he hasn't been in Dragon's Rising much. So I'm not feeling too, like, sick and tired of J builds like I would be for, say, Kai builds, specifically Kai mechs and bikes. So, yeah, I like this set. I got it day one for the Kai. I don't know if I could recommend this set to a fan, which is why it's not higher. But I do think it's a solid set. That's why it's not lower. But I just think there's better ways to get the figs. That's why it's lower. Then at 12, we have Ninja Dragon Ryu's Battle. This set has one huge flaw that's stopping me from putting it in the top 10, and I think you guys know what it is. It's the jaw. Figures are great. Exclusive Draconis Nia, Loyalist, Mutation Monster with the arms, with like the extra arms, Aaron, great figure selection. But it's just the jaw on Ryu is so distracting. Like, I've had this set since January and it's still distracting. So it is just a problem. I thought maybe it would wear off and I'd just get used to it. No, it's actually a problem. Like, this set is so close to a perfect perfect representation of how Ryu looks once he evolves in the show. But that jaw is just not good. Especially it's still not, but it's better when you have the sword in it. But when you don't have the sword in it, like here, it's so distracting. Especially because we had this Ryu mode for the other ones, so you're kind of used to that being Ryu's head. Having the jaw there is so, like, off-putting and confusing to your brain because you're used to that being the jaw. Like, it's a huge problem. It genuinely, call it nitpicking, it's not nitpicking. This is actually a huge problem. Like, this one thing takes away a lot from this set because it's so distracting and really kind of ruins the whole look of him. The rest of it is a great build. Like, this is a really good Ryu. But, yeah, it's just one thing holding it back, which is really disappointing. But still a good set. Then at 11, we have Cole's Mission Mech and Dragon Zane. This, to me, is just a better version of the combiner vehicles. First off, exclusive Zane, Draconis Zane, very cool. Same Cole as the combiner vehicles. Acid Monster, pretty cool. Would prefer the Earth Monster. But, yeah. I just like this mech. It's in the show a lot, especially in part 1, so you can get that. The weapons, it works well with the Ryu set, where you can like swap the weapons out. You can give Ryu the gun, you could give Cole Ryu's sword, you could give Ryu one of Cole's swords or the staff. Like, they work well together, which I like. They haven't been doing that as much recently, so I like that. Adds a lot of fun for kids or adults displaying it. And yeah, I just think this is a solid set. I don't have the most to say about this set, but I just think it's a good looking set. And we finally got like Cole's Golem form. So yeah, big W. Now we are moving into the top 10. At 10, I have the Battle at the Dragon's Blade. This is the only Legends set that I have for Dusk Force so far. And I'm a little bit disappointed to say it's a little bit underwhelming. I don't know. I have to wait to see it in Duskfall. But I think it's just the size of it. I just wish it was bigger. Or maybe it's the mechs. I think it's the mechs. The mech and the dragon. If this was just the dragon head, which I get would be harder to sell. But if this was just the dragon head, it would probably be like 5. But like the cheap little mech and the cheap little dragon just distract a little bit from the main build, which is so good. Like, that dragon head is a 10. That's such a nice build. But it's just the other things sort of take away from it and boost up the price. Figs are great. Jin, Mira, not exclusive, but the cheapest way to get them. Master Ervo, great fig, exclusive. And the Oni is exclusive. So, good set. A little bit underwhelming, but yeah, still good set. Then at 9, we have one of my favorite sets this year. Zilva and Grimtack, the Dragon Beast. I was talking about this set before. Every video I talk about this set, I say if you're a Ninjago fan, you must have this set. And my opinion has only grown on that since seeing part 2 early because Lego don't know how to manage their biggest show. Anyway, since I've seen Zilva in the show and Grimtack, if you do not have this set, you're not a Ninjago fan. Unless, obviously, there's exceptions, like if you can't access it. But if you walk past this set and you have enough money and you do not buy this set, you're kind of a casual Ninjago fan. I just got to put that out there. If you did not buy this within the first week of it being out, unless you don't have any money or you're getting it for a gift, you are not a Ninjago fan. This is a must-buy set. This and one other set this year are must-buy sets. I think you can guess what the other one is. But this is a must-buy. Draconis Kai, Completed Nia, and Zilva. Exclusive fig, who is... We already know fans love him, so he's going to skyrocket up in price as soon as this set retires. The Grimtack build is actually really solid. First, one of the only times we've got... I know he's not technically a villain, but we've got an adversary build or a not ninja set, not ninja main build, you know what I mean? Not a vehicle at this price point. Usually this price point would be the Teen Ryu we got for season 2, or what else? Or what else do we get at this price point? Oh no, the Cold Mission makes more. Wow, what did we get last year? Yeah, anyway, yeah, it's just a great value. Why would you not buy this set? It's perfect set for what it is. I think this is a great set. The reason it's not higher is because it's $30, $20. The other sets are huge, massive, impressive builds, but this is just, for what it is, perfect. You need to get this set. If you come out of this video thinking one thing, buy the Zilvar set and buy the set I'm going to talk about in a couple ranking spots. So at 8, we have the Dragon of Life. This to me is just a really good set to get. The Dragon of Life played a huge role in part 1. You get a bunch of good figs, exclusive Cole. You get Zane, who is in the treehouse, but I already spoke about my problems with the treehouse. Another mutation monster, Loyalist Leader, Sora and Aaron, Draconis Lloyd, which this is easily the best way to get him. And you get a mutation, an Earth monster. So, figure selection is great. The build is underrated. People hating on this at first. I get the criticism of the Technic wings. I'm not the biggest fan of the Technic wings because for a Dragon of Life, it feels really robotic having the Technic wings. The rest of the build's really good. But I do get the criticism of the wings showing too much Technicals. Usually that wouldn't be a problem, but for the Dragon of Life, having it so Technic, which Technic usually in Ninjago is robotic, having that, I get why that's a problem. But I do like how the wings can pop up. And the wings are a bit awkward looking. They're not normal wings, if you know what I mean. They're positioned weird. But still a very good set. You get the Evolved Earth Monster as well. Just a very good set that I think most fans should get. If they're getting into Ninjago or they only can get a couple sets, I would recommend this set. Then at 7, we have Lloyd's Titan Mech for the 15th anniversary. When I first heard they were making this set, I was very confused, like the X1 Ninja Charger. But what puts this above the X1 Ninja Charger is this is the original set, but upgraded and better. Yeah, better. Bigger and better. Whereas I think the X1 Ninja Charger, first off, doesn't look like the X1. The X1's whole thing is that it doesn't have a full cockpit or full windscreen. That's the whole point of the X1 in the show, which is another problem with that set. I know I'm ranting about it again, but just let me go for a sec. That's the whole point of the X1 Ninja Charger is Kai's got his glasses on, looking cool, chasing down the Ninjoids, and you take that thing away from it. That's like the Bounty taking away the wings. That's how big of a deal this is that they did that. They ruined the X1 Ninja Charger. You took away the one thing that made it the X1 Ninja Charger, and not just some car. And you took it away. Such a disappointment of a set. This is not, though. Very good set. They also went the extra mile this year of making figs that I never thought we would get. I never thought we would get Grimfax. And then they showed him in the set. I was like, that was so unnecessary, but they still did it. They went the extra mile, which is great to see. And credit to LEGO, they made a lot of mistakes this year. Smart Play, which I heard they're making Smart Play Ninjago. We will get to that. There'll be a rant video about that soon. Once we find out more information, don't worry about that. I'll be complaining for years about that. But yeah, they went the extra mile with the Grimfax. Lloyd is an exclusive, but it's a cool fig. And then you get Hibernus, the Master of Ice, 2 exclusive figs which are really good. And the build, I don't have this set, just because I don't I have the space, but I don't have the attachment to like season 11 that much. And I had the original, so if I want to, I'll just rebuild the original. But I do think this is a really good set, especially if you're like a really big Lloyd or mech fan or season 11 fan or just really big like mech display person. Definitely recommend this set. Then at the sixth spot, we have Wildfire's Transforming Dragon Mech. I think this is a standout this year. First off, I think this is the first ever set to not have any old ninja. Well, no, it's definitely not. But I still like the focus on the new ninja. One of the few sets that's actually focusing on the new ninja at a big price range, which you love to see. I really, really hope this set does well. Wildfire, slight spoilers, is not in that suit in the new season, which is really annoying because I'd like that suit. But whatever. Aaron, completed Aaron. Cool. Sora, again, same problems, but not really a problem with this set because it's a problem in general. Acid Monster, feels like they're everywhere, but still a cool fig. Beatrix, not the biggest fan of how the figure looks, but they didn't really have anything to go off because she's in the mech the whole time, so I don't really have a problem. And then the Ice Monster's a great fig. What I really like about this set is it looks good as the mech and the dragon. Yeah, like when I heard Transforming Dragon Mech, I was like, oh, this is not gonna look good in one of them, but it actually does look really good. I've got it displayed as the mech just because it takes up less space. But, I mean, the dragon looks great as well. My only slight problem is the Beatrix mech is tiny. But, you know, like, it's still cool and we got it. I was worried for a bit that we weren't going to get it at all. So, we did get it. Yeah, very, very glad set. I would definitely recommend this set. Also, if you want these characters to stay in the show, please buy this set. Even if you don't like it, just buy it. Like, to show Lego that we want these characters in it, because please, like, we want these characters to stay in, so buy this set. Now we're moving into the top 5. At 5, I've got the Twin Titan mechs from Duskfall. I don't have these. I do like them. What's holding me back is the figs. I just don't think they're that crazy. Like, the Jin and Mira are cool, but they're way better in the other two Legend sets. Kai and Nia are cool, but it's very basic. The Oni is a sick fig though. But these mechs are really nice looking. Like, if I had the space, I would buy them. I don't know why there's only one stand. I do wish there was 2 stands, but that would bump up the price even more. So, not the biggest problem. But yeah, these are just really good sets. Like really good mechs. This is just a great set. Not the best Legend set, but yeah, I don't have the most to say about this set. Does round out the Titan mech line. Obviously, we got the Lloyd one from this year. Got the Cole one from Tournament of Sources. The J one from Core, and the Zane one from Legacy from like 2021. So it does round out them. I do really like the colors. I like the dark blue for Nia's mech. That looks really cool. And Kai's looks great as well. So yeah, solid set. Don't got much to say about it, but very good. Then at the 4th spot, we have the Ultra Dragon Battle. I've actually seen a lot of like hate for this set or just dislike for it. I don't really get why. I get the heads aren't perfect, but that would have taken a lot more pieces to do. And like, this is a reimagination of the Epic Dragon Battle, a classic Ninjago set. And they kind of nailed it to me to like a more updated, like futuristic sort of look. And yeah, the Ultra Dragon's not perfect, but it's still a sick dragon. Like, look at the size of it. And you get the Great Devourer, and the figs are good. Jin and Mira are obviously in the Dragon Blade set. Nate is exclusive, and the Oni is very cool. So I just think this is a great display set. It just looks really nice to me. I've just always liked it. So, yeah, that's at 4. Then at 3, this is the other set that is essential. Oh, no, that's at 2, actually. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, at 3, we've got the 4 Weapons Blacksmith 15th Anniversary set. This could arguably 2, but I just think 2 is such a good value that it has to be 2. But this set, like, if you're a Ninjago fan, especially since the pilots, you need to get this set. Blacksmith Kai, who's accurate. Finally, after 15 years, we finally get that fig. Benton, the Master of Earth, sick fig to get. Maya and Ray are cool. I'm not the biggest fan of Maya just because it looks exactly like the Season 7 one. But the Ray fig's really good. The face prints are a bit awkward, like a bit much, but still great fig. Wu is great. Nia, very good. Like, all the figs are great, especially the Kai and the Ray and Benton. But the build is just so good. You don't usually, unless they're massive, like $300 sets, you don't get Ninjago builds that are fully built around. Like usually the front's built and then the back's open. For example, let me think really quick. I guess the Wolf Mask Dojo or say like the monastery, they're not built in. They're just that bit and then like empty space. Whereas this set's fully built around. Got a full interior. It is a little bit small, but it's so well built that I'm fine with the trade-off. And if you were to say like how would you improve this? I don't think you could improve this set aside from maybe another floor, but we never see the floor in the show, so it's not a big deal. That would be a lot more money as well. And I do like the little inclusions of the hoods and stuff, so I think that makes up for it. And this is just like such a good homage to the pilots. You get the 4 weapons map. You get Kai making the sword. You get like the Nia's weapon from the spinner originally. You get the Samurai X and the ZX things sort of hinting to what they're going to be. You get the armor that Kai wears when Samurai comes. You get the 2 little playing cards of Samurai X and Kai from Rise of the Snakes. Like it's a perfect set. You need to get this set. But at number 2, we have the set every Ninjago fan should have, the Ninjago character display 15th anniversary set. I've seen people who aren't fans of Ninjago buy this set. Like, this is just a great set. It's affordable, around $60, $60, I think, maybe 50 for 400 pieces. Might not be the best price a piece, but you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 figures. So that's an insane deal. You get all the ninja. I think this is the cheapest set ever to have all 6 ninja and Wu. Yeah, it definitely is. And you get Libba, the Master of Lightning, Jay's mum. The Jay and the Cole, sure, they're not perfect. And maybe the Lloyd, sure, they're not perfect, but they're still very good. Kai is a perfect fig. Zane is a perfect fig. And they went the extra mile with him with the Ninjoid side face, like where he gets it peeled off. And you get the back with the stickers of the battle between brothers. Like, this set is just perfect. It's a perfect display set. It's small, so if you don't have the biggest thing, or like even if you have like a desk, you can put it on your desk, or if you wanted to, you can like go to work and put it on your desk at work. Like, it's such a nice small display set that perfectly encompasses like Ninjago. Like, it's the front of the monastery, an iconic part of Ninjago, so it's instantly recognizable to anyone who's a Ninjago fan. And the ZX suits are great. Like, this is an instant buy. If you do not have this set, what's wrong with you? Why do you not have this set? Like, give me a complaint. There's nothing. If you want to nitpick the J and the Cole, but still, like, I get what they were going for. I think what puts J off is the silver arm. It's like, I don't think it would look good in gold, but it's just because we're so used to the silver as well that it's like putting it off. I don't think the Cole is actually that bad. The J is very like jarring, but still perfect set. And then at number 1, this should be a shock to nobody, the Old Town. This is like a top 3, maybe top 1 Ninjago set of all time. We'll start off with the figs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, kind of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 exclusive figs. Figures we've been wanting for years. Faith, been wanting her since 2018. Dr. Sanders, wanting him since 2016. Teen Wu and Garmadon, we've been wanting for years. First Spinjitzu Master, I can't believe we got that figure. I thought we'd never get him. Dr. Julian, been wanting him since season 2. Like, they just delivered with this year with this set. It's such a nice looking set. I unfortunately don't have it just because it's not the easiest set to display on my type of shelves. But, like, this is such a good set. I can't believe we got a first Spinjitzu Master fig. Like, it's still crazy to me that we know what he looks like. I never thought we'd get a first Spinjitzu Master fig, especially in an actual set. I thought maybe we'd get him in, like, a Comic-Con exclusive thing or something. But to get him in an actual retail set is crazy. To get Garmadon and Wu, perfect figs. They're exactly... The only problem is Wu's gi is a little bit too... Like, it's the same color as his hair, where it should be a bit darker, I think. But still, great fig. Just swap it out if you really want. We still got it. You get the Loyalist, which is cool. Nia, Cole, and Kai have their hair pieces, which is a bit weird, but don't mind. Zane, perfect fig. Garmadon, a bit of a weird fig, but still very cool and an exclusive face. Harumi, cool fig. I hate crystallized, so getting anything from crystallized doesn't excite me that much, but it is a cool fig. Lloyd, perfect. Crux and Acronics, I mean, they're not perfect, but to get them again is enough. And yeah, it's like, to get them again, I never thought that would happen, full stop, so it's still cool. Administration Agent isn't great. The J is very cool with the wings. Faith, I like with Faith that they gave her a new torso and legs, because if you wanted Faith enough, you have Dragon Hunters. So if you want, just put her on the original Dragon Hunter, and you get a new torso and leg print. So I think that's perfectly fine with me. Postman, would have preferred him with the hair. I just think that's a bit more iconic, but still very cool. Chuck the Carpenter is really the only problem I have. I get it's like a little cool Day of the Departed reference, but if this was like a young Miss Sarko maybe, or even a Dareth, or what's a really like a police commissioner, I think this was a perfect spot for like the police commissioner, or Lou, that would be really good, or yeah, I don't really know who else, but I just think it's a weird inclusion, but it is kind of cool. Miss Starkey, accurate, perfect. Dr. Sanders doesn't have the beard, but who cares? And Wu, like, this is such a perfect set. I would, if you're like on the fence about this set, I don't even have it, and I would 100% recommend it. I need to get this at some point. Like, it's a perfect set, and it really encompasses the 15th anniversary of Ninjago so well. All the little references, like the kite of Moro. You've got Moro's skull being under the thing. There's the Loyalist cave. What other ones are there? I'm not sure all of them because I don't have it. But the Zane poster from. Let's see what we can find. The Zane poster from Tournament of Elements. Got a bunch of stickers like the Sons of Garmadon. It's a perfect set. Like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Perfect set. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. We'll go through the ranking quickly. Let me know your thoughts on my rankings. Was I too harsh on any sets? No, I was not harsh on the X1 Ninja Charger. Yeah, let me know your rankings. Did I make any egregious picks? Should the character display be number 1? I don't think so, but I think it's a clear number 2. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day. Goodbye.